All right. Yeah. Welcome and hello to you all. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast from the Impact Powersports studio. Whoops. So glad you are here. The day after Christmas. Here we go. I hope it went fantastic for you. I just hope that there was no stress. Everybody behaved. I actually, like to give the old pep talk to the usual suspects. Like, hey, on this day of days, whatever is said that annoys you, let it go. Just pretend you didn't hear it. Smile and go, ha ha, yeah. But, yes. So I hope it was all fantastic for you. Holy cow. We got up. I had to wait for Jackie and Justin to arrive. And then once they got here, we took care of the lion's share of the gifts. And then we had round two when my son, his lovely wife, and my grandkids showed up. Then we had to do it all again for them, So it was kind of came in waves. It was wake up, presents, make food for dinner, and then more presents. And then so we sit down. It's time to open up the first batch. And Diana is in charge. And so she starts out earlier in the day. She said, several days leading up, she's like, I'm doing it different this year. I'm going to have everybody's gifts in their own sequestered area. This will be Jackie's spot of gifts. This will be Dad's, so that I have no problem passing them out. And now it's my job to simply go, yeah, it sounds great. That's it. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. It doesn't matter what the idea is. It could suck. I'm supposed to say, hey, that is just brilliant to do it that way. So then she proceeds to sit down and pass them out. And we all notice that it's taking forever. She gives one to Jackie. Jackie opens it. She shows it. And then we move to the next person. And then she's like, okay, well, so-and-so hasn't gotten one, so I'm going to... And then she's looking for it. And in my head, I'm like, I thought you had them all in zones so you could easily access them. Well, that apparently fell apart. That actually didn't happen. I don't know why. But there was some questioning about that. Not by me. I know better. Not by me. I could sense people were starting to get annoyed. And then the idea was just pass them out and just have people open them. Because at this point, we're half an hour into it, and we've opened up one gift. And we're all just staring at each other. I'm like, what is going on here? I don't understand. So then everybody's got a plan. Everybody's got input as to how this should go. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, no, you don't want to do that. It's going to have to be up to Mom to figure this out. What's good, what's bad, what works, what doesn't. Got to know your role. You got to get the hell out of the way. Finally, they settle on something, and we end up proceeding appropriately. Getting the damn job done. Thank God. Okay, so if you're watching this, you know that I have a brand new hoodie entered into the rotation. This is the Detroit Lions hoodie. This is the one that I actually went and purchased myself and said, who's giving this to me? Which one of you is wrapping this? The Detroit Lions, I cannot imagine how much money is changing hands now. This is why, if you can save your pennies, you buy an NFL team. I got the Lions hoodie. I got a 3/4 zip, a Lions 3/4 zip. I got Lions socks. I actually got Lions socks. I got a Detroit Lions couch cover. So, like, over here, you know how I got, like, the sheet on here so that O'Neal can just lay on there? I got a couch cover with the Lions logo on it. So just me alone. There you go. You picture that. All the team has to do is win. And the amount of money that changes hands. And they won over the weekend, but they tried to give everybody a damn heart attack. Oh, for God's sake. I cannot hang. I can't do it. They, the week before this most recent one, they slaughtered Denver, but this week it was a different story. Who did they play again? Minnesota. Had a chance to win late. Minnesota has this receiver by the name of Justin Jefferson. And if you just throw the ball near him, like 20 yards, he'll catch it. Somehow. He's got like go-go gadget arms. I've never seen anything like it. But Minnesota had like some quarterback that they just picked up off of the scrap heap who just slings it, just throws it everywhere. Gets a bunch of yardage, but then he didn't even care what team he throws it to. He has as many interceptions as he does completions to his own team. And this jerk, he ends up unloading it late in a game. They could have won. They could have won the damn game if this quarterback wasn't such a pile of shit. Lions intercepted Lions when Lions still cannot stop anybody. They are going to crash and burn in the playoffs if they don't get this shit figured out. It's amazing that they're in the playoffs. It's amazing that they won their division. They're champions of their division, the North Division, which whatever, great. They've been so shitty. The last time that they were champions of the division, your old pal EZ was 23 years old. This was the game when they won the division last time that they played the Green Bay Packers, and we watched the game closed circuit at a movie theater. It was a big radio station watch party. And it was in Saginaw. I lived in Mount Pleasant at the time. And son of a bitch, I've told this story before. This is the one where Brett Favre hit Sterling Sharp wide open late to score a touchdown, and then the Lions are out of the playoffs after winning the division that year. The wild card team, the Green Bay Packers, beat the Lions. It was so sad. And I was fucking shit-faced. And still such an idiot. That was when I would drive drunk all the time like an asshole. And that's exactly what I did. Let's just jump in for the 50-mile drive from Saginaw to Mount Pleasant. No problem. And sure enough, I'm shit-faced, and I got pulled over. State cop comes by, you know why I pulled you over? I go, maybe I was speeding a little. Yeah. And I'm like, how does he not smell this? How does he not smell what's happening? And this was one of those moments when I stuck all the pennies in my mouth. That was a bad thing to have in your brain, but I don't know, maybe it worked. Maybe it covered up the stink. The idea is if you ever get pulled over, grab everything that's in your little cup holder or your ashtray and put it in your mouth. So boy, did I. So Diana's like, oh, Jesus. And I'm like, all this pennies in my mouth. There's just 2 times in my life I've done this. This was one of them. And so the cop, as he's getting closer, I can see him in my mirror and spit the pennies out into my hand, put them back into the thing. What the fuck? He comes walking up, and he has a conversation with me. And for some reason, though I'm definitely drunk, I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I guess acting. And he did not suspect a thing. He didn't ask me if had been drinking, nothing. I'm like, how? How is this even possible? It wasn't until like 2-3 years later that it finally got through my head that if I don't stop drinking, I'm going to die or wind up in jail. You asshole. Well, anyway, Lions winners. And as we move on, Sarah says, I've done the penny thing too before. Oh my God, really? I don't even know if it works. Cole says he probably just didn't care. Aram says maybe the pennies work in some way. Eric is 2 for 2 using pennies. All right. So that's what's up. Christmas was a success. Your old pal Easy. The food was great. Everybody was happy. No fights. Even Darla was behaved. We were very concerned about Darla being just an asshole while we're opening the gifts. But I couldn't believe it. It was fantastic. Now, today's a different story. Today, she took a dump behind me in this room. She wouldn't come inside when she was supposed to, and I had to chase her around the damn yard. And in addition to opening the presents where she was well behaved, at some point during the day, during the weekend, I had to bring her into this room. I forget why. Somebody was over or something like that. And that's not out of the question. I've done this before because they're so used to being in here with me that I can use this almost as a getaway. It's quiet up here. So if I ever need the dogs to be up here, I can just put them in here and they keep themselves company. And everything's good to go. And we've not had any incidents. And there's a ton of toys for them to chew on. So good to go. So I bring the dogs up here. And then when it's time to bring them down, I come up and there's, as I open that door and behind this couch, which you can't see on the floor, I'm instantly sad because there's a lot of bits of paper. Okay, now this is my favorite Bob Seger record, or one of them. They're all my favorites. Okay, notice it has plastic on the outside of the album because I want to take care of it. And rest in peace to the Bob Seger album because this became a chew toy. My God, if you're just listening to the audio, the corner of the album is destroyed. It's not there anymore. It was in the dog's stomach. She completely ate it. The record's fine, but it's fucking terrible. Dan goes, well, we can get a new one. I go, yeah, I know. So that sucked. When it comes to the gift giving, we're bouncing around here. Aaron writes, did the crappy coffee maker get unwrapped and then thrown in the RV? Okay. So this is a sensitive thing here, the coffee maker. But what is up with my hair? God, I need a haircut. I need a haircut bad. Look at that. Because everybody picked on Diana about buying her own coffee maker after she asked for a coffee maker. And that's true. Hey, on my list of things I want for Christmas, I want a coffee maker. So I bought her a coffee maker. And then the next day, she bought herself a coffee maker. And I was like, well, why'd you put that on your list? Okay, so the problems were she didn't get specific about what type of coffee maker. It just said a new Keurig. So I got a new Keurig. And then she got one. And then she said, well, yeah, but is it like this one? I go, well, I don't know. I think so. I just bought it. It arrived. It's on the porch. I brought it in the house. And she's like, well, if it's not like this one, I want this one. I go, well, and it wasn't. The one she bought has more features. She's right. So that's fine. But I'm like, well, who puts things on their Christmas list and then the next day doesn't tell anybody and goes and buys the thing that they wanted? That's the big thing here. Isn't that whatever. So, yes, she opened up the coffee pot. And then she took it out. She goes, oh, this is great for the RV. This is exactly what we need for the RV. And I was like, yeah, I know. See, it worked out. Yeah. It's all good. This holiday season was not without terror, though. Christmas Eve, I experienced what it's like when a parent loses a child. Just as anxiety-filled and horrible. Because I lost my phone. And I knew I was fucked the second it happened. I knew it wasn't like somewhere at home or... I was walking through Meijer. I had a conversation with Pooh Bear to tell her that they did not have a certain ingredient. Waiting for guidance from the boss. I remember where I was. I was pushing the cart, breaking the bad news. She's going to tell me what to do. She does. I hang up the phone. That was the last time I remember having my hand on the phone. I proceeded to the checkout, the self-checkout thing. I did that deal. I walked out of the store. I got in my car. I sat down, and right away, where is it? And I knew, okay, I'm like, there's no way it's in this car. No way whatsoever. It's in the store somewhere where I don't know. The amount of time it took for me to talk on the phone with her to be in the car is not long. Going through the store, cashing out the store, out the parking lot. I go, all right, calm. Run and look. So all this time, I've been complaining about knee pain. For some reason, there was none as I ran through the parking lot like Usain Bolt. I get into the store. I had put the cart back in the corral that's actually in the store. So I'm looking to see if it's in there. And I don't see the phone. Hell, I don't even know if the cart that I put back has been touched. So it could be, who knows? I go over to customer service. First of all, I go to the checkout, self-checkout. Nothing. Oh, my God. I'm like, but listen. This is Hudsonville, Michigan here. All they do here is pray to Jesus, not like black people, and return phones. So these, okay, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I rush over to the customer service desk, and I said, have you found a phone? And she's looking. She goes, I don't see anything. I go, okay. So now I'm going to call Diana, and she's going to look on the little app that tells you where your phone is. And my thought is we're going to see it like moving on the map, moving away. Someone's got it, and they're going to, I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to take it. Jailbreak the phone, and it's gone forever. Oh, my God. So I call. I said, can I use the phone? And she goes, I don't know how to use the landline. The lady at Meijer doesn't know how to use the landline. She's a kid, too. And I go, oh, God. She says, use my cell phone. Okay, great. Dial. Donna doesn't pick it up. She thinks it's a damn telemarketer. I text from that lady's phone. I go, this is easy. Pick up. I call again. She picks up. I go, hey, where's my phone? She looks at it. She goes, it says not available. I'm like, oh, my God, the thief has it. They're gone. They've managed to defeat it. I'm like, okay, see you later. I hang up. I walk back. I trace my steps throughout the entire store. I'm scanning everything as I walk. I get to the point in the store when I remember hanging up the phone. I remember where I was. Nothing. I go to this lady at the, who's the lady who's at the front says, welcome to Meyer. Have a good day. She's there. I go, has anybody turned in the phone? Have I turned? No. I go, oh my God. So then I'm like, knowing me, it probably, when I got in the car, it had to have fallen out of my pocket. And now it's in that abyss between the console and the seat, that phone black hole that's there that you can't get your fucking hand in, dude. You got to take something in there and jam it out and get it out of there. First of all, I open up the trunk. I didn't even go in the trunk, but I open it up anyway. I look in the back seat where the food is that I bought. Nothing. Can't find a damn thing. I go under the seat. I'm looking under the seat. I go, I need my light. Where's my phone? Ah, fuck. I'm looking for my phone. Shit. So then I'm like, I can't feel anything. And I'm like, it's got to be in here. It cannot. There's no way. I'm doing everything. I can't find the damn thing. I go back into the store. And I go back to the customer service desk. Because, now 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes have passed. And the lady who's the greeter at the front, she's now wandered over to the customer service desk. And I see her looking left and right. And as I'm approaching her, she doesn't see me. I go, she's looking for me right now. She's got my phone. I'll bet you any money she's got my phone. And then she's got in her hand my phone. I come walking up to her and she goes, oh. And she's got a big smile on her face. And I go, yes. Oh my God. She hands me the phone. I go, bring it in. Just bring it in. I go, this isn't for you. This is for me. I just need to hold someone right now. Let's just embrace. And she just starts giggling. I think there was a chance that she might have had a moment. There might have been a wet blotch in her crotch. A crotch blotch, if you will. She's an older lady. Guessing she's about 70. That dried up thing was feeling it. Because I was just holding her tight. I go, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll eat your vagina. Rebecca says, you're ridiculous. I know. I can't help it. Megan says, your dick pics would have been out for sure. Chris has green face. Maureen says she was moist for sure. Aram says it got a little weird at the end there. Yeah, I know. But my God, what a horrible thing. Awful feeling when you lose that thing. I would rather lose my wallet. 10 out of 10 times. My God. But some nice soul. I still don't know where it was found. Who knows? That's the thing. I start going in like 5 directions, and you never know what the hell is happening. I'm a mess. I'm an absolute mess. All right. It was kind of like my highlight for the weekend. Not a lot happening, and that's really great, actually, It did seem like Christmas Eve was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That was something. This worked out wonderfully. And then by the time the sun is setting on Christmas, I'm like, you know what? I'm ready. This has been great. It's going to be a wild weekend. Very, very different this week. Not weekend, but week for your old pal Easy. I am going to the visitation and the funeral for Ken Calvert, which I had talked about with you, how that whole sequence, it just, I got a mutual friend who is also going to be there. I'll be spending time with him. His name is Tom. Queen of the Forest, myself, heading across the state. Visitation on Wednesday, funeral on Thursday. I'll be able to see some people that I know, kind of. Old radio people. Which is what's crazy is I had another radio dream last night. And before I continue to tell you about this crazy week I have here, let me just tell you. It was another radio dream where I was not in control. And that's the worst feeling in the world. And so I remember in this dream, I was talking to my boss. And I don't know how I was talking to him, whether it was the phone or what. This guy, Mike Ferris. He's the legendary guy who was involved in that crazy extramarital affair outside of the radio station that I was involved in at the mobile home of rock and roll. And then the wife showed up and all the shit hit the fan. It was incredible. Anyway, in the dream, Ferris is in the dream. And I don't have any CDs to play. And it's always set at a time when there's CDs or records, like this one that Darla just ate. And I don't have it ready. And the one song that I'm playing ends. And there's like silence, dead air. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I can't catch up. It's way disorganized. That's what the dream always is. But in this particular dream, as I'm looking for records and stuff, Ferris calls me. He says, at midnight, we are going automation. So you won't need any records, Eric. You're good to go. And so sure enough, in the dream, the clock strikes 12. And then you hear like this top of the hour little thing is playing. And then the music starts playing. And I'm like, oh, cool. I don't need the records anymore. Now, this is the first time that this has ever worked out in my dream where this is a huge burden lifted. I now feel comfortable because the computer is playing the music, which is the way it is nowadays. Everything is automated. But then I'm there with someone who I don't remember who it was, but I was in there in the dream. It might have been my old overnight guy named Tom Vandervelde. I think it was Tom in the dream. And I know I hate when people describe dreams to me, but I'm going somewhere with this. In the dream, the music is playing on the automation, but we hear this. And Tom and I are like, what the fuck is that? Like, I don't know. It must be a glitch in the Matrix or some shit. We call engineering. He goes, yeah, I'm hearing it too. Yeah, try this. Nothing. And I'm still hearing it. It sounds like a fire alarm. At some point, I'm leaving slumber and entering real world. And I notice fucking Darla is snoring like a Snorlax right in my ear. And the snoring is she was the noise in the dream. It dug into the dream and became, is that not fantastic? My God, that is kind of bizarre and freaky when the noises in real life become the sound effects of your subconscious. That's incredible. So, like, for extended time of the dream, I'm like, what the fuck? And I remember I was, like, hitting buttons on the board. Like, Nothing. What the fuck? Who set this fucking thing up, man? Going on, oh my God, this place is a piece of shit. I'm a rock and roll. Fuck you. Oh, Jesus. And it was just Darla. Oh, my God. All right. Linda says, your radio dreams are like my high school dreams of not knowing my locker combination or not being prepared for a test. Oh, yeah. I've had that one, too. Joe Stinkpot says, teachers have those nightmares as well. Things not in control, etc. Demon Slayer writes, out of the blue, agree or not, no one really cares about our mental health until it turns into anger and frustration. And then suddenly you become a bad person and people judge you. All right, let's break that down. No one really cares about our mental health until it turns into anger and frustration. You can throw in sadness, depression. Agreed. Because, that makes sense, though. I mean, because if someone's always happy and in a great mood, who's going to go up to that guy and say, hey, are you okay? So I understand that. And then suddenly you become a bad person and people judge you. Okay. Well, yeah, I can understand why people would judge someone who's, okay, when you say anger and frustration, I guess it all depends on the situation. So, like, if I suddenly got pissed off over little shit, okay, there's a fine line between is he cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs or just being a cock? And 10 out of 10 times, I'm just being a cock. So I guess it depends on the history. I don't think there's a one size fits all for that, frankly. So whatever you're experiencing, I hope you get it worked out. I know it's bothering you because it just flew in out of left field. Something bad happened to you. Or something bad happened. And I'm guessing it was a holiday extravaganza where the shit hit the fan. Sorry to hear that. Courts 14 just subscribed with Prime. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ashley is here. She says, I didn't think you... hey, fuck off. Oh, I love you. I didn't think the guys would be here today. Well, yeah, it's a work day. Come on now. Get back after it. Linda, or I should say Amy, responds with, hello, love. Those two are so in love. I wonder if that unpreparedness dream, Aram asks, is applicable to all time periods in history. Yeah, maybe. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, so this week, I mean, today's Tuesday. It doesn't seem like it. Today seems like Monday, but it's Tuesday. Normal day for EZ. Wednesday, I'm podcasting. Normal day. But then, back half of the day, the Queen of the Forest and I have to drive across the state, go to a visitation. The hours on the visitation are long, 3 to 8. That's probably best. And then Thursday at 10:30 in the morning is the funeral. No live show on Thursday. You'll have Not the Best of the Eric Zane Show podcast on the free platform. And then something to listen to while I'm away That would be the next one in the sequence. So February 20-something, 2010. I'm releasing those in the order that I have them. And then the plan. Okay, this is the plan. Funeral early Thursday. If I can get back across the state, it might be asking a lot. I don't know. But tentatively, I'm planning on a Ben and Eric extravaganza, a Big Fraud Thursday. Okay? But there's a chance I might just blow it off. In fact, I give myself a better than 50-50 chance that I'll just, because it's a lot to have to prepare for that show. I won't have time to prepare for that show Wednesday, Thursday. I'm a little concerned with that. In fact, let me just tell you right now, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to punt to the following week. And then on Friday, also, not the best of the Eric Zane Show podcast and something to listen to while I'm away because I am going up north. I am getting away for Friday, for Saturday, and return on Sunday early because I'm hosting a road race. I'm the MC for a race, the New Year's resolution run, Grand Rapids resolution run, something like that. And then I've got the Grand Rapids Griffins New Year's Eve extravaganza. So thank you for your patience, but obviously there's being pulled in a couple of directions with the passing of Ken. And I don't really want to rush home and be stressed to the max because I imagine, funeral to probably, it's a Catholic funeral, at least 90 minutes. Hang out after probably till like 2. Drive back. It's just asking a lot, We'll get it back after it next week. I apologize because that'll be like 2 weeks without any Big Fraud Day with Ben Glaze. But as you know, sometimes this happens. One-man show. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you so much. Linda says, are you running that race? No, I can't run anymore. It takes all my strength just to be able to go for a walk. All right. Folks, I have to go and use the facilities. Stand by. Amanda was asking Amy if she's running the resolution run. What the hell is that? Jesus. No. Amy says that she's running the Disney Marathon on January 7th. Oh, my God. What a time. I don't know if you've ever done that. If you've ever done that race, Amy, it's just a dream. It's absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you'll be at the front of a corral because the amount of traffic that is in that race. Oh, God. 13.1 turns into like 13.9 with all the traversing on the course you do. Your old pal EZ one time ran that damn thing in an hour 28. I was crushing it. Holy fuck. I cannot imagine having that level of fitness anymore. I'm like, my God, I'll be lucky to do like 5 push-ups. All right. Enough bragging. It is fantastically warm here. Okay. It's like 53 degrees as I speak right now. And I think it's supposed to get a little colder. But son of a bitch. It has just been remarkably warm. No snow, nothing. Like I went for a walk yesterday, and laps 1 and 2, I had my hoodie on. And then lap 3, I had the hoodie off. It was like shirt sleeves. Son of a gun. I don't know what is going on here. So, folks, the open and live stream on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you so much. For you folks on Facebook, X, and YouTube, I'm going to send you on your way. Thank you so much for being here. The rest of the show in its entirety is available on Twitch. Download the Twitch app. Search Eric Zane Live, all one word, and you will see us continuing the show. Or if you're at your desktop or laptop, go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Same thing. You can enjoy the rest of the show as it happens live Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, right here. The audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. I usually use Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, and review if you would, please. And the Patreon is available for extra content. If, you're like, okay, this free one is fine, but I would like to have a little bit more to check out. Every day I do a Patreon bonus podcast, another 30, 40, 50 minutes, depending on what's going on after this one gets done. Because there's always something more to talk about. Okay? And you can get to it by going to patreon.com/Eric Zane, patreon.com/Eric Zane. You can sign up for free for 7 days. All you need to do is put in a payment form and you're good to go. Cancel it before the end of the 7 days and it won't automatically charge you. If you're like, well, I just want to see what it's like. I give you that option. Because you can always go back and actually sign up and then throw $5 or $10 a month at it. Or if you're comfortable not canceling it, just let it ride and, off you go. I like to make that as simple as possible for you. There is a ton of content on there. At this time of the year when I'm gone here and there for days at a time sometimes, the something to listen to while I'm away is definitely something you want to check out. Right now, I'm on the month of February, the year 2010 of old shows available in their entirety, just the full show. Not a segment or two, just everything in its raw form. Okay? So you can check that out. Something to listen to while I'm away. That's one of the collections on Patreon. patreon.com/Eric Zane. I guess let me show you. Let me show you what this looks like. So, as you can see, there's the Patreon, and you go to collections. These are my shows. The audio and video of Who Are These Ottawa County Fascists? The audio and video of Who Are These Zanes? All separate categories. The audio and video of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. the audio and video of Who Are These Free Beers. These little numbers here are how many episodes I have in each collection. Now, there's more. I just haven't categorized them yet. There's like 30-plus episodes of Who Are These Zanes. And there's like 140 of the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. The daily Patreon bonus, all here, audio, video, Lost Zane recordings, trivia with Dale, while I'm away. The Insane Asylum. This is all for you to listen to on my Patreon at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you for supporting the Patreon. Okay. So for you folks on Facebook, X, and YouTube, have a good one.